one of the most exciting forms of global solution networks is what we call operational and delivery networks. These are networks that, unlike some of the other GSN types, actually deliver the change they seek. They're not advocating necessarily, they're not creating knowledge, they're not working on policy, they're not watchdog networks that are scrutinizing, they're just fixing things. They're bringing about change in the world. And our definition of a global solution networks includes the use of digital technology. But this network type, in some cases, predates the internet. Now, a good example of that would be the Red Cross. They just intervene to solve problems. And they're a prime example of a pre-internet operational and delivery network. But the power of the internet has really allowed it to drop transaction and collaboration costs, and it's opened up all kinds of new opportunities to deliver much more specific solutions to global problems and to do it more effectively. Now, a great post-internet example is Crisis Commons. It uses the web to connect the community of volunteers from technology, government, and citizens that work together responding to disasters and crises. And they also work at improving readiness for looming threats. They've intervened in all kinds of critical situations, including earthquakes in Haiti, Chile, and Japan, and the flooding in Thailand, in Nashville, and in Pakistan. The World Wildlife Fund is 50 years of leading the world in conservation on both a local and a global level. And they have a staggering 5 million global members and $200 million in conservation investments. And the WWF is now a global solution network harnessing the power of the internet to actually solve problems in the environment. The Global Health Programs, part of the Gates Foundation, it promotes science and technology applications for solving health problems around the world. Medicines for Malaria Venture is developing effective and scalable and affordable drugs, and they deliver those drugs. And they ensure access and delivery of life-saving medications to people who need them most. So they're an operational and delivery network too. Another one is Keep a Child Alive. This is battling HIV/AIDS in Africa and India. And they're on the ground delivering medications, educating, and so on. Or Random Hacks of Kindness. That's a global community of innovators building practical open technology. And they're working on projects like early warning systems for floods. They're delivering software. They're not talking about it, they're just doing it. Now, with the advent of the internet, organizations that had done their work in isolation and treated their resources as proprietary assets often discover the power of breaking out of their organizational and disciplinary silos. And using technology, the power of collaborative data, broad expertise, specific relationships, and resources speed solutions to people who need them the most. Now, while these networks may work in broadly different fields, they do share some common features. They facilitate partnerships across institutions and disciplines and regions. They foster a culture of openness, allowing diverse stakeholders to provide complementary assets to be delivered. And the strength of this collaborative capability is leading to solutions of some of the world's most intractable problems, like climate change, where you have people just working in a developing country to clean up oil spills or to actually reduce carbon in that country. Healthcare, delivering solutions. Poverty, on the ground, training people in new jobs, providing work, and so on. Now, of course, these networks are not immune to the problems of politics. They can be restricted in their effect in volatile political environments and limited in their ability to scale. But the similarities of these networks demonstrate that the principles that guide them can be applied to new networks with similarly ambitious goals. In the past, we looked at governments to intervene and actually fix problems. Now, multi-stakeholder networks, operational and delivery networks involving citizens, not-for-profits, civil society, corporations, and they can have government participation, can now be on the ground just solving problems.